Welcome back, coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into an exciting journey through the top 4 most valuable British coins featuring the 5 pence, 6 pence, 3 pence, and 1 shilling pieces. We'll explore their fascinating history, unique mint marks, different conditions, and how these old coins can still fetch impressive prices at auctions today. So, grab your magnifying glass and let's uncover the hidden value behind these classic coins of the United Kingdom. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom 5 pence coin from 1992, a small yet fascinating piece of British numismatic history. Many people come across this coin in their change, often dirty, worn, or tarnished, and wonder if it might hold any hidden value. Could a 1992 5p coin, even in a dirty or circulated condition, be worth more than its face value? Let's find out as we explore its background, unique design features, rarity, collector demand, and its true market value in today's coin collecting world. The 1992 UK 5 pence coin marks a very important moment in British coinage history. It was the first year that the smaller-sized 5p coin entered general circulation, replacing the larger version that had been used since decimalisation in 1968. This size reduction was part of an effort to modernise the coinage system and make coins lighter and more convenient to carry. The new coin continued to feature Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side, designed by Raphael McLouth, while the reverse side showcased the crown thistle, a symbol of Scotland, designed by Christopher Ironside. The coin was made of cupronickel, a mix of copper and nickel, giving it durability and a silvery finish. However, in dirty or aged condition, many of these coins lose their shine and can appear dark or brownish in tone, which can lead some people to think they might be rare or valuable. The 1992 5 pence coin stands out for being the first of the smaller 18.0mm diameter series, weighing just 3.25 grams. This made it distinctly different from the earlier large 5p coins that were nearly the size of a current 10p. One key identifying feature is the edge, which is milled, and the reverse design showing the thistle with a royal crown, surrounded by the words 5 pence. The obverse carries the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, with the inscription Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1992. These details help confirm authenticity, especially when examining coins found in circulation that may appear dull or dirty. Despite the simplicity of its design, the 1992 issue has a special place in UK coinage because it represents a major transition in the 5 pence series. Now, let's talk about rarity and demand. The 1992 5 pence coin is not considered rare in standard circulated condition. Over 1.4 billion pieces were minted, meaning it was produced in huge numbers for general circulation. However, collectors do show interest in this coin when it comes in uncirculated or proof condition, especially as part of the 1992 mint sets. In dirty or damaged condition, the coin holds no numismatic premium, that is, collectors are generally not willing to pay more for heavily worn or tarnished examples, since clean and shiny uncirculated pieces are easy to find. Still, there's a twist. Coins that are error coins, for example, misstruck or off-center examples, can fetch surprisingly high prices at auctions, even if dirty. So if your 1992 5 pence looks odd or has a minting flaw, it might be worth a closer inspection by a coin expert. Let's now talk about what really matters: the market value. In dirty or circulated condition, the 1992 UK 5 pence coin is typically worth its face value only, which is £0 5 pence, or around 6 cents. In fine condition, it may sell for about $433,000 to collectors who need it to complete their date runs. In uncirculated condition, especially from mint sets, prices can rise to around $321,000 depending on the overall shine and strike quality. But remember, if you come across an unusual error version such as a misprint, double strike, or blank planchette, it could be worth $114,000 or more at auction, depending on rarity and collector interest. Those are the exceptions, not the rule, but they do happen occasionally. If you're looking to collect or sell a 1992 5 pence coin, here are some helpful tips. Clean carefully, or better yet, don't clean at all. Cleaning coins can reduce their collector value, especially if done with harsh chemicals or abrasives. Check for errors such as off-center strikes, missing details, or doubled lettering. Store coins properly in dry, cool conditions using coin flips or holders to prevent further corrosion. Compare with other years, especially 1968, 1981, and 1993 to spot minting differences or metal variations. Follow online auctions to see what similar 1992 coins are selling for on platforms like eBay or Numismatic. Auction sites. So, is the 1992 United Kingdom 5p coin in dirty condition rare or valuable? For most examples, the answer is no. It's a common circulation coin with historical interest but modest financial value. However, it marks an important turning point in the evolution of UK coinage, and for that reason alone, it deserves a place in every collector's album. If you enjoy hunting through your pocket change for hidden treasures, keep your eyes open. Sometimes even the smallest coins can tell. Next up, the 1964 United Kingdom sixpence coin in fine condition. Many people still come across this small silver-colored coin in old collections, drawers, or family keepsakes, and wonder if it's worth anything today. Could this coin be rare? Could it fetch a high price at auction? Let's explore the history, unique features, rarity, and real market value in dollars of this classic pre-decimal coin. The 1964 sixpence was part of the United Kingdom's pre-decimal currency system, which was in use before 1971 when the country switched to decimal coinage. The sixpence represented 6 old pennies, or half of a shilling, and was a key coin in everyday transactions across Britain. This particular coin was struck during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and it features the second portrait of the Queen, designed by Mary Gillick. It was minted at a time when the British Empire was transitioning into the modern Commonwealth era, and many of these coins were produced for circulation throughout the UK. The sixpence remained a favourite among the public even after decimalisation because of its traditional role in weddings, where it symbolised good luck and prosperity for brides who placed it in their shoe. The 1964 UK sixpence was struck in cupronickel, as the days of silver sixpences had ended after 1946. Despite that, it still retains a beautiful silvery lustre when well preserved. On the obverse, you'll find the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II facing right, surrounded by the inscription, Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina F laughing smiley colon, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, on the reverse. The design by William Gardner showcases a stunning floral arrangement featuring the Rose of England, the Thistle of Scotland, the Shamrock of Ireland, and the Leek of Wales, all crowned at the centre, symbolising unity across the United Kingdom. Beneath this design sits the denomination 6p and the date 1964. This detailed floral motif is one of the most beloved sixpence designs and is instantly recognisable to British coin enthusiasts around the world. Now, when it comes to rarity, the 1964 sixpence is not considered rare in general circulation. Millions were minted that year, making it one of the more common coins of the pre-decimal period. However, its collectability depends heavily on condition. A coin in fine condition, meaning it has moderate wear but retains clear details, holds modest value. But interestingly, collectors do still seek out even damaged or worn examples, especially when building complete pre-decimal sets. Coins with scratches, discoloration, or minor damage usually attract beginner collectors or those who simply enjoy nostalgic British coins. While it's not rare in numbers, the historical charm and classic design make it a desirable piece for hobbyists and nostalgic buyers. In damaged or dirty condition, it might only sell for a small amount, but it still carries sentimental and educational value. So, how much is the 1964 UK sixpence actually worth today as of the current coin market? Values vary depending on condition. Fine condition, around $431,000. Very fine condition, between $321,000. Extremely fine or about uncirculated, up to $116,000. Uncirculated or brilliant mint state, could reach $10 or slightly more, especially in professional graded holders. At auction, most 1964 sixpence coins in average circulated or fine condition sell for under $2, while pristine examples with full luster and sharp strike can bring in a bit more. Collectors usually buy them in bulk or as part of full pre-decimal coin sets rather than individually, so while it might not make you rich, it's still a wonderful and affordable coin for building a classic British collection. If you're interested in collecting or selling the 1964 sixpence, here are some helpful tips. Check the condition carefully. Coins in fine or better condition hold more appeal. Avoid cleaning your coin, as it can lower its value. Look for proof or error versions. Though rare, some misstrikes or proof-like examples can be worth more. Store properly. Keep your coin in a dry, acid-free holder to prevent tarnish or corrosion. Build a set. Sixpences from 1953 to 1967 form a beautiful mini collection showcasing the early years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. Watch auctions and online markets. Prices can fluctuate depending on demand and silver coin trends. In conclusion, the 1964 United Kingdom sixpence may not be a rare or high-value coin, but it holds tremendous historical and sentimental worth. It represents an era before decimalisation, a time when British coins carried deep national symbolism and everyday cultural importance. In fine condition, it's worth around $1, but as part of a collection, it tells a priceless story of Britain's rich numismatic history. So, if you find a 1964 sixpence in an old drawer or collection, don't toss it away. It may not make you a fortune, but it's a little piece of history worth cherishing. Next up, the 1937 United Kingdom 3p coin, often known as the threepenny bit. Even in bad or worn condition, this coin still catches the attention of collectors around the world due to its vintage appeal, unique design, and historical importance. In this video, we'll explore its history, its standout features, its rarity in damaged form, and its current market and auction value in US dollars. Whether you've just found one in your old change jar or are thinking about adding it to your collection, this video will give you everything you need to know. The 1937 3p coin marks a special era in British coinage, the beginning of King George VI's reign. After the abdication of his brother, King Edward VIII, in 1936, George VI ascended the throne, and 1937 became the first year of his official coinage. The 3p, made of brass 79% copper, 20% zinc, and 1% nickel, was introduced as part of the new decimal-style designs that modernized British coins in the late 1930s. It replaced the smaller silver threepence, offering a thicker, 12-sided brass version that was easier to handle and recognize by touch, especially important during wartime Britain when lighting was often poor. The coin was struck at the Royal Mint in London, and while millions were produced, the first-year issue of 1937 remains highly desirable because it represents a turning point in British coinage history and the very first appearance of George VI on the threepence denomination, the 1937. Threepence stands out immediately due to its dodecagonal shape, meaning it has 12 flat sides, a distinctive design that set it apart from all other British coins of its time. On the obverse, you'll find the portrait of King George VI facing left, surrounded by the Latin inscription Georgiv 6D GBROMN Rex F laughing smiley INDIMP, which translates to George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. On the reverse, designed by Francis C. L. Mackay, sits a bold image of a thrift plant, symbolizing thriftiness and prosperity fitting for Britain's pre-war era. The date 1937 appears neatly below, while the word 3p curves around the upper rim. Despite being a small denomination, its brass shine and geometric precision gave it a modern, almost futuristic feel at the time. Now, you might wonder, is a 1937 3p really rare? In perfect, uncirculated condition, yes, collectors will pay a premium. However, in bad or damaged condition, its rarity depends on context. Millions were minted, but many were heavily circulated, lost, or corroded over time, especially since the brass alloy tarnished easily. This means truly well-preserved examples are becoming harder to find, and even heavily worn ones are still sought after by beginner collectors who want a piece of pre-decimal British history. Coins in bad condition with scratches, dents, or faded details may not fetch high prices individually, but they still hold value as entry-level collectible pieces. They also attract interest from artists and history enthusiasts who appreciate their aged, vintage look. Moreover, collectors value the 1937 issue because it represents the first of King George VI's reign, a historical starting point that makes even worn examples worth keeping. So, what is the 1937 3p coin worth today, especially in bad condition? As of 2025, market values vary depending on the collector and auction setting. In poor or heavily worn condition, this coin typically sells for around $114,000 on eBay or in coin fairs. Coins with only moderate wear might go for $2 to $4, while those in fine or extremely fine condition can range between $322,000. However, uncirculated or proof-like specimens, which retain their original golden luster and crisp details, can command significantly higher prices, anywhere from $20 to $40, and in rare auction settings, even more. Always keep in mind that condition, rarity, and historical significance all influence a coin's value in the marketplace. If you're looking to collect or evaluate a 1937 3p coin, here are a few helpful tips. First, Always examine the coin's edges, and tearing sharp details mean higher value. Next, avoid cleaning the coin, as doing so can strip its natural patina and actually lower its worth to collectors. Instead, store it in a dry, protective holder to prevent corrosion. For beginners, building a small collection of pre-decimal coins like this one is an excellent way to learn about British history through its currency. Finally, if you ever plan to sell, compare prices across reputable auction sites or numismatic forums to ensure you're getting a fair deal. In summary, the 1937 United Kingdom 3p coin may not be a millionaire's treasure, but it's an important historical relic that marks the beginning of a new royal era and the modernization of British coinage. Even in bad or damaged condition, it holds sentimental and collectible value for coin lovers worldwide. Its 12-sided design, royal symbolism, and connection to King George VI make it a charming and affordable piece of British history that every collector should appreciate. So, if you come across this little brass beauty in your drawer or an old family box, don't toss it away. Instead, treasure it as a small but meaningful piece of the past. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 shilling from 1947. At first glance, this coin might seem common, but its historical context, transition from silver to cupronickel, and collector interest make it a significant piece for anyone passionate about numismatics. Whether your coin is in fine, circulated, or even damaged condition, you'll discover its rarity and current value in the auction market expressed in US dollars. So, sit back as we explore the story behind this important British coin and find out if your 1947 1 shilling might be worth more than you think. The 1947 1 shilling coin holds a special place in British numismatic history. It was minted during a time of major change for the United Kingdom just after World War II, when the nation was rebuilding its economy and identity. Prior to 1947, British coins, including the shilling, were made from 50% silver. However, after the war, the rising cost of silver forced the Royal Mint to eliminate the precious metal entirely. As a result, the 1947 1 shilling became the first issue made from cupronickel, a durable yet non-precious alloy. This transition symbolized more than just an economic shift. It marked the beginning of a new coinage era for Britain. The coin was issued under King George VI, whose portrait appears on the obverse. It was minted in two versions, the English type, featuring the three lions passant guardant, and the Scottish type, showing the lion rampant on a shield. Both designs were created to celebrate the unity of England and Scotland within the United Kingdom. The 1947 1 shilling coin measures 23.6 mm in diameter and weighs approximately 5.66 grams. The obverse displays the crown portrait of King George VI, facing left, surrounded by the inscription Georgiev's 6DGBROMNREX, which stands for George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons. The reverse side is where the coin truly stands out. The English type features a crowned lion standing atop a shield, with the denomination 1 shilling and the year 1947 inscribed around it. The Scottish type, on the other hand, depicts a lion rampant inside a crowned shield, a proud symbol of Scotland heritage. The lettering and detailed crestwork are fine examples of mid-20th century British engraving, and even in worn or fine condition, the coin retains much of its design beauty. Another key feature is its metal composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel. This change to base metal made the 1947 issue both a practical and historical marker in the evolution of British currency, rarity and collector demand in damaged condition. While the 1947 1 shilling is not considered extremely rare in general circulation, its historical importance and metal transition make it highly collectible. Millions were minted that year, but most circulated heavily, leaving only a fraction in fine or better condition today. Collectors often seek examples that show sharp details of the royal portrait and clear reverse design, especially those with minimal wear. Even coins in damaged or tarnished condition can attract attention among beginner collectors because they represent a piece of the post-war British economy. In fine condition, a coin shows moderate wear but retains much of its original detail, which is highly desirable for display and study. The English and Scottish varieties are both collectible, with the Scottish type slightly less common in top grades. Over time, these coins have grown in demand as more people explore mid-century British coinage, particularly coins from the transition away from silver. This makes even low-grade examples worth saving and preserving. When it comes to market value, the 1947 1 shilling in fine condition typically sells for $516,000, depending on variety and eye appeal. Coins in very fine or extremely fine condition can reach between $4 and $8, while uncirculated or mint-state examples may fetch $313,000 or more at numismatic auctions. Interestingly, the Scottish type can sometimes command a premium, especially if it has sharp details and a clean surface. However, coins in damaged, heavily worn, or corroded condition generally trade for around $225,000, mostly for their historical and educational value rather than rarity. On platforms like eBay or specialized coin auction houses, prices can vary widely, especially if the coin is part of a complete post-war set or graded by a professional service such as NGC or PCGS. Collectors often pay a bit more for coins that are well preserved or come with clear provenance. If you're looking to collect or sell a 1947 1 shilling, here are some helpful tips. Identify the type. Check whether your coin is the English or Scottish version. The design difference can slightly influence value and desirability. Check the condition. Clean coins are not always better. Avoid polishing, as it can reduce their collectible value. Natural patina is preferred. Store properly. Keep the coin in a dry, cool environment. Use acid-free holders or coin flips to prevent further wear. Look for full details. Pay attention to the king's hairline and the lion's features. These are key grading areas. Research market trends before selling. Compare auction listings and recent online sales to get a realistic estimate of value. Build a set. Many collectors enjoy assembling a full George VI shilling set 1937 to 1952, which can increase your collection's overall appeal. In summary, the 1947 United Kingdom 1 shilling is more than just a small base metal coin. It's a piece of post-war British history that marked the end of the silver era. Its simple yet elegant design, the story behind its composition, and its role in everyday commerce make it a cherished collectible among coin enthusiasts. While not exceedingly rare, this coin still holds both sentimental and monetary value, especially in fine or better condition. Whether you found one in an old coin jar or inherited it from family, the 1947 1 shilling represents resilience, transition, and the enduring charm of British coinage. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this classic coin, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the fascinating world of rare and historic coin.